overthrown and incomplete out of the reach of Braxton Stop in coverage for Montana Huffaker. 4th and 8.
Might have had him out pressure coming in from the Zebras and forced him to throw a little bit off his back foot. So great stop there by the Zebra defense. Out there a long time. Of course, long pass called back and then had him inside the 10. Tahlequah pushed their way all the way out to the 50-yard line. Still walked out with nothing.
All right, Ben Jones waiting for the punt.
First punt of the night for Tahlequah.
I think it's Braxton Stop back there, actually. To punt this one away. 4th and 8. Good snap. Punt is away. And Jones backs away from it. And now it rolls dead at the 10. And it's Ryan Hembry, I beg your pardon, with the punt. 1st and 10 for Claremore from their own 11. 4:35 left in this first half. So, if you're just joining us, all kinds of server issues for us tonight with ZTV. It appears we are good to go for the remainder of the game. And again, we've seen turnovers. Obviously, no points off of turnovers. Seen just about everything but scoring tonight. Great interception earlier from the Zebras' Parker Price. But unfortunately, Zebras can't convert. They take over now. 1st and 10 from their own 11. Grimmett in the eye. Hightower drops it. And it looked like it was covered up by Seth Berry. Tigers aren't really celebrating, so Zebras must have held on.
And Grimmett tell him the pocket right there because that one shot out quickly. That could have been disastrous. Give Tahlequah great field position, but good awareness by the Zebras and good bounce. Nice little 2-yard gain.
Well, and I said Hightower, and he's just coming trotting in. So either he came to talk to Coach Hurt or he wasn't in. So my mistake if that wasn't Jace. But we've seen Jace get the start tonight. He got the first handoff of the game. Again, if you're just joining, both Parsons out for tonight's game. 2nd and 8. This is Hightower. And he goes straight ahead, gets popped pretty hard at the 22. So a gain of 4.
We're in the line of scrimmage.
It's 3rd and 5. So Hightower, the lone man in the backfield. 3rd and 5 from the 17.
Tahlequah just with 3 down linemen, pretty spread out.
And off Hightower, and he is pot bounces almost off of that one, and then more Tigers come in and finish the job at the 16. So a loss of a yard, 4th and 6.
2 3-and-outs for the Zebras. And thought we might get Tahlequah on that last series. Tahlequah had the ball inside their own 10-yard line and was able to get out of trouble there and get out to the 50. Field position kind of been back and forth. Started like in Tahlequah's favor, then after the interception, then Claremore had good field position, but I think either team up to this point have had the ball inside. I think Tahlequah's had it inside the red zone once.
So Manny Lazoya punting this one away for Claremore. Measuring it from the 16. Braxton Stop is deep for the Tigers. Back in his own territory at the 45. And Lazoya gets the one away, a low liner. Takes a great Zebra bounce. Stop has it at the 41. Looking for blocks, but then he's wrapped up and stopped at the Zebra 48. And stop made on the play by Cole Birdwell. 1st and 10. Tigers inside Zebra territory. 2:17 left. No score between Claremore and Tahlequah. Big time district matchup tonight. Let's look at scores from across the district. Right now, Collinsville with the lead over 7-3. That's with 12 minutes left in the second quarter. Bishop Kelly and Skytook, both of those teams ranked 5 and 6 respectively. Bishop Kelly has the lead right now, 10-7. And then we've got Pryor and Tulsa Hale. And that one's gotten away from me. There it is. Tied up at 6 are Pryor and Hale. That also a second quarter score. 1st and 10 Tigers from the Zebra 48. Here's Aldridge pumps. Now fires over to the left side, and it is incomplete. There comes the flags.
Yeah, both flags in on that one. As they saw, Velasquez just got him as he tried to come back. I think that ball was so underthrown. Not sure he could have gotten there, but a lot of times on a ball that's underthrown inside like that, the receiver slows down and the defensive back has a hard time stopping on the full speed, and looks like he's hurt out there as well. Yeah, there was a wheel route to the outside and had a little time to throw it, but Aldridge kind of underthrew that ball.
All right, so 2:09 left. We are in an injury timeout. So stick with this half ends. We'll get a recap in the drive chart from the first 2 quarters, but for now, we'll take a break. In an injury timeout, no score in Claremore here on ZTV. Back at Lanto Field in Claremore just before halftime. No score between Tahlequah and Claremore. Tahlequah with it 1st and 10 in Zebra territory at the 33. Here's Aldridge back in the pistol and a handoff going straight ahead inside the 30. That'll be a gain of about 5 up to the 28, and then a timeout on the field.
Well, tough running there. Got a little injury. See, we're getting a little slow there. But tough run to get that 5 yards. That's a loss, tough loss there for Tahlequah. And stop. He's had some nice catches here tonight. 2nd
and 4. Here's the give to Seth Berry. He's got the first down.
Ball's loose.
And the loose football, and Zebra's got it. It looked like they got it back at the 17.
We got a chance then.
Or at the
couple
12,
of Tahlequah. It's going to be close. It is going to be close. Thought we had it there for a second.
First down, Claremore.
Woo.
Coach Hurt has said this defense has been playing on a bend and don't break. And that's more example of it there. 2nd time tonight that they've bent and not broken.
Yeah, he had the first down, a good little run. Claremore was able to strip that ball, and then it bounced all the way down the field. Couldn't tell who came up with the recovery.
All right, 1st and 10 for Claremore from their own 13. They've got 1:22 left on the clock before half. And Grimmett back in the gun has Montana Huffaker in the backfield. Grimmett keeps it across the 15 into the 17, gain of 4, 2nd and 6, and the clock continues to run at 1:15.
Yeah, with Tahlequah already burning 2 of their timeouts, Claremore we'll see, may just be content to run this clock out and go into halftime.
They've got 3 timeouts.
They do.
But now the clock's at 1 minute.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think they
they
are.
must be if you let now 20 seconds run off in this situation here.
Yeah. Yeah, be safe here.
2nd and 6, Grimmett straight ahead.
Wow.
Across the 20 and up to the 25 has the first down, so that will stop the clock with 40 seconds.
Right up the middle there. Running over Seth Berry, who has fumbled it for Tahlequah, but one more play. Yeah, if they'd have had it probably about the 35-40, Claremore probably would have tried to move the ball down the field, but inside your own 20-yard line, pretty tough to try to call it and get out there and just take it in at halftime.
Grimmett keeper again, throwing some stiff arms. Nice move at the 30, and then there comes a couple of flags as Grimmett's up to the 33. And Seth Berry down to a knee of Tahlequah. One of the leading tacklers again, and also lining up in the offensive backfield tonight.
Yeah, that might have been a crack from the receiver. They've kind
Yeah.
of changed the rules on that a little bit. 2 flags down. That will be, I think, against kids who are on that one and back them up. Should just start the clock, though, and run it out.
So 1st and 21 officially.
Coach waiting to see if they're going to start the clock, and there they go. So, yeah, they don't have to run a play, and I think that'll do it. Not quite what I was expecting. 0-0.
Yep.
I don't know. I'd have to go back in my notes to see the last time that we've had a 0-0 in the last couple of years. I don't think we have.
I don't either. All right, well, your recap from the first half.
There was some excitement, but just no points on the board. Tahlequah got the opening kickoff from their own 35, drove down the field, had a chance to put some points on the board with the first field goal attempt, but the ball was snapped a little bit low, was bobbled, and Claremore was able to make the tackle and keep them out from getting the field goal. Claremore then got the ball from their own 30-yard line, drove down the field, and then Kedsor was hit as he said he caught the ball, tried to make a little run, and the ball was stripped out, and Tahlequah recovered the fumble in good field position. They drove down the field and drove all the way down to the Zebra 29-yard line, and on the 4th down and 1 play, the Zebras stopped them and got the ball over on downs. Claremore then drove down the field, went for it on 4th down themselves, and got stopped. The next series, Tahlequah, with the ball at their own 32-yard line, threw it right into the hands of Parker Price, who ran the ball down to the 33 of Tahlequah, but Claremore was unable to capitalize, went 3 and out, and had to punt. On the next series, Tahlequah had at their own 18-yard line, had an 88-yard touchdown pass to stop from Aldridge, but it was called back on a penalty, and so they did drive it out to the 50-yard line, but then they had to punt as well. Claremore got the ball at their own 11, went 3 and out, and Tahlequah then drove the ball down the field. Looked like they were threatening again, but the Claremore Zebra defense stepped up, stripped the ball out, and another fumble recovery by the Zebra defense. Claremore had the ball and ran the clock out at halftime. 0-0 is our score at the half.
All right, enjoy your halftime entertainment. We'll be back just before the second half gets started and get you set for the third quarter. No score at halftime, Claremore and Tahlequah here on ZTV. Tad Jones. Great to have you here with us on ZTV. This, of course, a pivotal game in district, so let's go ahead and run through district scores for tonight. Nathan Hale and Pryor. Right now, Pryor leads at half 27-6. Bishop Kelly and Skytook, the one we've had our eyes on. Bishop Kelly ranked 5, Skytook 6. The Bulldogs hosting Bishop Kelly tonight and currently leading 28-16. Skytook with the lead over Bishop Kelly. 8-24, Norman North leads. Here's the kick. Brought in at the 20-yard line. Zebras returning it straight ahead. It's Josh Teague at the 25. And his helmet popped off, wrapped up, and stopped by Cole Goodnight. They'll give Zebras progress up to the 28, 1st and 10 from there.
You know, we were just talking at halftime outside here about the helmets popping off. And, you know, we're saying when we played years ago, I don't remember any helmets coming off. And when you have all the concussions that have happened all over the country, and you would think that the helmets would be – but, I mean, over the last 2 years, we've seen helmets 3 and 4 a game popping off and guys coming out. So it's been kind of interesting to see how many of those have because, you know, the technology obviously has to be getting better on those things, but sure do come off a lot.
1st and 10 for the Zebras from their own 29. Huffaker in the backfield. Here's the screen. Dropped by Kedzior at the 26, 2nd and 10. Yeah, it wasn't that many years ago when same thing was happening, and we kept saying someone's going to get spiked, and sure enough, it happened right in the face. And that was the last of the helmets popping off you saw for a little while.
Yeah.
And then now, it's all over the place. I mean,
there was one earlier this season that guys, I don't think it's Claremore, whoever we were playing, the helmet came off, and it was still, you know, fighting for those extra yards. I'm thinking, get down, because one hit and you're done.
Which it's supposed to be dead right there at the spot anyway.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 10 from the 29. Here's Grimmett from the pocket under a rush. Tripped up, but stays on his feet. Grimmett's going to run. Has the 1st down. Grimmett's got a blocker. And then hit from behind, stopped at the Tahlequah 45-yard line, and guess what? His helmet pops off.
And that's
next thing you're going to tell me, talk about Claremore touchdowns.
There we go. Hey, we need a touchdown on this drive. See what we can make happen.
Well, Noah's got to come out, so probably Bryson Brown will jump in to the quarterback position. Now, we have seen Dylan Kedzior just take some of those direct snaps and throw a pass. So Zebras have some options. I'm looking for Bryson, and I think that may be him they're talking to Coach Hurt. Indeed it is. No, it wasn't. So
that was a great run there by Grimmett. He was looking down the sidelines. Kedzior running a wheel route. He's going to go deep. Had pressure on Grimmett and lots of running room outside.
So that's what they'll do. They'll stick Kedzior back there, 1st and 10 from the 45. Well, we have a delay there, I think. No flag.
Off.
A timeout.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Taken by Claremore. 11:32 left in the 3rd quarter. No score between Claremore and Tahlequah. So just running through here and see if we could see. Man, Bixby's in a tight one with Ponca City. 2nd quarter score 62-0. Bixby with the lead. That's where I came from, so I can say those things. They probably don't like it. Muskogee and Sand Springs do have a close one, though. 16-13, Muskogee with the lead. That's number 8 and 9 in 6A2. How about a look in on the Oologah Mustangs, since we're going to where everyone came from? Here we go. Oologah with the lead, 8-0.
Good grief.
So it was 2-0, then 5-0, now 8-0. That is the halftime score.
Wow.
1st and 10. Kedzior in at quarterback. The snap. Taking it near side. And in trouble and hit and stopped at the 48, so loses 3 yards. And stopped there by Seth Berry.
Yeah, that one just stretched out there by the Tahlequah defense, and nowhere for Kedzior to go. Grimmett now. Obviously, when your helmet comes off, have to come out for at least one play, so he's back in the ball game.
2nd and 12 from the 47. And Huffaker in the backfield. Grimmett straight ahead. And he's up to the 46, and then flags coming in everywhere. So is that going to be a free 15?
Well, I think so. Let's see. Looked like it was Number 53 there, Blake Korn, kind of throwing down Taylor Davis, so at least that's what it looked like.
Picked a bad time to look away.
Yeah, saw him down the ground. I think that's what it is. And a good break there with the penalty. We've seen a few big penalties. Of course, Tahlequah with an 88-yard touchdown pass that came back on a penalty, and there have been a few of those here that have made some impacts. None of them yet mattered for a score. Took one off the board, but that was a big one. Automatic first down there for the Zebras.
1st and 10 from the 31. Grimmett to throw. Fires left's got a man there, just thrown short and incomplete. 2nd and 10. And is that Jones that he was? Nope. Yeah, intended for Ethan Morrow.
Yeah, it's a long throw all the way across the field. Morrow running a little out route out there. Would have got the first down.
Yep.
It's a long way from the right hash.
So score from our friends across town at Sequoia. They're on the road at Manford tonight. Halftime lead of 21-13. 2nd and 10 from the 31. Here's Hightower straight ahead and tackled at the 27. A gain of 4, and it's 3rd and 6. Things not going as well. It's just down Route 66 at Verdigris. Currently trailing the number 3 team, Berry Hill, 56-6 in the 3rd quarter.
Went to Berry Hill one time to do radio back when we were doing the radio days, and they put us in a deer stand in the rain in a playoff game. Froze our tails off that night.
Get any deer?
No.
No. 3rd and 6. Grimmett play fake. Fires going for the end zone. Kedzior's there, and it's knocked away and incomplete. Defensive play by Derek Morgado. And it's 4th down.
Boy, that looked like it was there. Kedzior had him by a couple of steps. Ball just hung up there a little bit. He was able to come in and knock that away at the last second. Kedzior went up to get it. A big knockdown. This is definitely 4-down territory for Claremore. 4th down and 6. Seen him go for it a number of times this year.
Fourth and 6. High snap. Grimmett brings it down. With time, throws right. It's got Kedzior, and it's caught at the 17-yard line, and he's got the first down. Tackle on the play made by Brian Resch.
Boy, major credit for the offensive line. That play takes a long time to develop. Kedzior starting on the left side of the formation and running a drag route all the way across the field. You've got to have time to let him get underneath the linebackers, and the offensive line giving Grimmett time to step up, make the perfect throw for the first down. And a good job, Kedzior, hanging on to that ball.
1st and 10 from the 17. Hightower in the backfield. He'll get the handoff and hold up the middle. Closes quickly at the 15, so a 2-yard gain for Jace. 2nd and 8.
We saw the action last week for the first time where they spread out the guards and tackles a couple of yards. They ran it, I don't know, 5 or 6 times probably last week against Kelly. And they're going to do it again here.
2nd and 8. Grimmett to throw. Fires right side, caught at the 5-yard line and dives forward to the 2. And the tackle on the play made by Derek Morgado. And that one completed to Ben Jones. 1st and goal, Zebras.
Boy, great route, great timing there. Jones turning right at the 2-yard line. Ball thrown on the line. It's got to be good timing on those little out routes like that, or little hooks. And Ben makes a nice catch, turns the outside, almost got that into the end zone. We got a flag, though. Again, those flags tonight have really had some impactful moments, and that is one. Oh, and a false start.
Well, be formation, I guess, since they let the play run out. Get same signal.
Yeah. Well, that's a bummer. Dadgum, down on the 2-yard line. Yeah, second long.
Yep, 2nd and 13. Line to gain at the 7. In the pistol. Here's the play fake. Grimmett rolls. Fires, and it's overthrown and incomplete. Luke Williams was the intended receiver. He had coverage for Brian Resch.
Right at the first down marker, Williams running the out route, and that's a tough throw. Rolling out to your left, having a little pressure. That's one of the toughest throws in football is rolling to your left and making that throw. It's a lot of, got to get those shoulders around that ball. Not a bad throw, just a little bit high.
3rd and 13. Here's Huffaker moving to Grimmett's left. 8.5 to play, no score. Grimmett, the keeper, runs into the line, falls forward to the 17, and it's 4th and 10.
And now it's Claremore's turn to try the field goal. Tahlequah had one on their first drive of the game. They drove down from their own 35 and had a short field goal attempt just about at the same distance. Low snap, bobbled, and Claremore was able to tackle him before they got anything off. So.
Carson Highfield to attempt a 33-yarder. Connor Aaron holding. Kick's got plenty of distance, and it's straight through and good. So Carson Highfield puts the first points of the night onto the scoreboard, a 3-0 lead for Claremore. 7:52 left in the third quarter. Quick break for us. We're back for more on ZTV. $7:52 left in the third quarter at Lanto Field in Claremore. Good to have you with us. Bryant Ferguson and Tad Jones here on ZTV. And apologies for the streaming issues in the first half. You will be able to go back and watch that game on demand probably later this weekend. That one should be up. If not, early next week. We've got everything recorded, so didn't see any scoring there in the first half, but matter of fact, just had Carson Highfield adding the first points of the night. Yard field goal as Taylor Davis is set to kick away for Claremore. It's been deep on sides tonight. This one's towards the side, brought in at the 21-yard line. Seth Berry straight ahead. Outside of the 30, then wrapped up and stopped at the 33. And the tackle on the play made by Parker Price. 1st and 10 Tigers. So keeping an eye on things in Skytook. And the Bulldogs have a lead over the Bishop Kelly Comets that they have just extended 35-16. They're early in the third. So again, Zebras travel there next week, Thursday night game next week. 7 o'clock kick at Skytook to take on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Kelly was ranked 3rd last week in the Tulsa World, and with Skytook's victory and being undefeated in district, we may be playing another top 3 team next week. Heading to Skytook.
1st and 10 from the 33. And here's the handoff. Brian Resch. Nope, fake handoff. And it's the quarterback, Caden Aldridge, keeping it, getting a first down. Getting up to the 45, so he picks up 12. So some folks, including myself, following the fake to Resch. But it's Aldridge upfield for 12.
Boy, ran hard too, and didn't get him down. Stopped his forward momentum to had to blow the whistles on it. So good run there by Aldridge up the middle.
First and 10, Aldridge fakes the handoff and then brought down at the 41. At the 42 for a 3-yard loss, and it's 2nd and 13.
Great tackle there by Bywaters. You make a few here tonight. And a little fake there by Aldridge, and Bywaters grabbed his ankles and took him straight down. So good play on first down. Again, talked about that, trying to force Tahlequah into some passing situations.
But in any event, 3rd and 13.
Yeah, the dangerous pass. Aldridge on the season has 6 touchdowns and, including tonight's interception, 6 interceptions. His receiver started to run down the field and was throwing off his back foot. Touchdown was called back. He was injured. I haven't seen him either, so Tahlequah may be down a couple of players.
Third and 18. Jump pass by Aldridge is brought in, and flags come in as well. And completed to Brian Resch. And he's forced out near the first down marker, but we'll see about this as all the players come backing up.
Yeah, they're going to have a legal man downfield. That ball came past the line of scrimmage, had his lineman. If he catches behind the line of scrimmage, I believe that you can have your lineman downfield, but that one went too far downfield and had blockers on the screen. Same penalty that cost them an 88-yard touchdown. The legal man downfield. And I do see Leathers on the sidelines, shoulder pads off, so he is done for the night. So you see that sometimes on screens where you have guys downfield. Again, going back to the long touchdown that they had, that was a fairly quick hitter. That was just a post pattern. So kind of interesting that they had a lineman down the field on that particular call, unless they had somebody lined up not on the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 23 for Aldridge and the Tigers. Now the handoff in trouble early, and it's Brian Resch, and flags come in as he picks up a yard up to the 33 and then driven backwards.
Wow, a lot of flags here tonight. That looks like could be some face mask territory there. Hope it's not anything that's an automatic first down, because.
Well, no, I mean, personal's not automatic. So they'll just mark off 15.
Yeah, but they're going to.
Well, he said first.
Yeah, I'll have another shot at here. 3rd down and. Instead of 3rd down and 20 or so, now you're a manageable 3rd down and 7. And boy, Claremore had that wrapped up too. That's frustrating because they had him dead in his rights over there with a tackle and got a face mask because Tahlequah was content just to run it up the middle and have to punt.
3rd and 7. Here comes Aldridge. Turns it upfield, and he's got a chance. Has the first down across the 45 to the 43. And stopped by Quentin Skinner.
Boy, that is frustrating. Again, Tahlequah just decided to run the ball in the last one up the middle and take their lump and kick it away to Claremore, but instead the penalty and the next play give Tahlequah a first down and continue this drive.
1st and 10, Aldridge on the option, and there's the pitch to Resch. And he's close to the first down at the 33. I think he's got it based on that spot. Gonna be close.
Don't see a whole lot of that option like that. You see him kind of do it, but usually the quarterback's keeping it. You don't see the pitch too much, and they ran that pretty well that time and for another first down. So starting on their own 33, now that's their 3rd first down of this drive. They've done it a couple of times here tonight. Claremore walking away also with a couple of turnovers. Last time Tahlequah drove into Claremore territory, they forced a fumble.
Aldridge on 1st and 10, hit near the line of scrimmage, breaks free, and a big collision at the 30. And Aldridge marked down there for a 3-yard gain. So about 4.5 to play here in the third quarter. Zebras have a 3-0 lead. Tahlequah driving.
Yeah, again, Tahlequah this season put up some pretty good points. Last week against Pryor, 48 points. They put 31 up against Collinsville, and even against Skytook, even though they lost that one, they put 21 up. And that was a real defensive struggle for both teams here tonight. Claremore, of course, has also scored a lot of points this season.
2nd and 7. And Aldridge is alone in the backfield. On the keeper, hit by Mickey Bywaters and sacked back at the 35. They mark it at the 34 for a 4-yard loss, and it's 3rd and 11.
Yeah, great job, Zebra defense. A couple guys back there helping make that tackle, 3rd down and long. I would bet that this is 4-down territory, too, for Tahlequah. Even though they do have a good field goal kicker, but they'd probably need to get another 10 or 15 yards before they give him a shot. Big 3rd down here for the Zebra defense.
Third and 11. And again, an empty backfield for Aldrich. Now puts Armstrong in motion. Fakes the handoff to him. Play action. Here comes the rush. Aldrich fires, and it's caught at the 1st down line, and he's into the red zone at the 19. But there's a flag down there. So we check the penalty. Tahlequah, they're each saying it's against each other. So
yeah, that's way downfield. Tahlequah had a couple of guys. Had a guy running right up the middle of the field, too, that looked open. And then that was just kind of a lofted pass up in the air to Seth Berry. We'll see what this flag is. Usually that area is a pass interference. It looks like they're just picking up and going.
And you're right about that. They are. It's a 1st down for the Tigers in the red zone.
Wow.
Skytook has scored again. 42-16, the Tigers lead Bishop Kelly in the 3rd. And brought down there by Seth Seago.
And good job swarming there by the Zebra defense. Yeah, Tahlequah putting in the hand of Aldridge, their man that's does most of the running and throwing, and he's got to be getting a little wore out there. He's a little slower getting up that time, as he has been hit pretty hard tonight by the Zebra defense.
2nd and 11, Aldrich turns it upfield, finds his way up to the 16-yard line, picking up 5. 3rd and 7.
Yeah, Leather's their main tailback out for the ball game. Didn't see what injury hurt him. I didn't see he never was out on the field laying around, but something happened that put him to the sideline. So they've run a couple other guys in the backfield. Pretty much just running here with Aldridge on this drive.
Behind the gains, the 9-yard line. Aldridge has Brian Resch just to his left. Fakes it to him, throw in the middle, batted down, and it's incomplete. And knocked down by Dakota Cook.
An interesting call here to see what they're going to do, and they're going to try to tie it up. They were in about this spot last time when they went for the field goal. And that ball was a low snap and bobbled.
All right, 33-yarder for Ryan Hembry. Snap is lost. So the holder dropped it, and he picks it up and takes off. And he's going to be covered up and stopped back at the 21. Special teams has cost the Tigers tonight. 1st and 10 Zebras from the 21.
And that was all on the holder that time. That was a perfect snap. And he just flat dropped it, and that is going to be tough for him because those kind of things, when it gets in your mind and you're there to hold that snap, and now you've had 2 that have been bobbled and cost your team some points. And that is frustrating for him. But another great break for the Claremore Zebras and the special teams making the play and the tackle afterwards to make sure they don't get the first down. So again, Tahlequah is moving into Claremore Zebra territory and 0 points.
Here's the give to Jace Hightower on first down, bouncing it outside to the 25 and wrapped up and stopped there by a few Tahlequah players, one of those Luke Green. So we'll give him a 4-yard gain to the 26.
Well, both teams on their drives eating up a lot of clock. Claremore took almost a little over 5 minutes on their drive to get the field goal, and Tahlequah just about the same. So we've only had 2. This is only the third series of this half, and we're almost out of time.
Yep. 2nd and 6. Hightower's got a hole up the middle. He's got the first down, and he's up to the 39-yard line. 14-yard gain from Jace Hightower.
Boy, great run up the middle. Good hole there by the offensive line for the Zebras. Good speed there by Hightower, hitting that hole hard and fast there.
Here's Hightower again. Breaks through one tackler and up to the 47 for an 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2.
See if they start the play clock here as it ticks down. And they're not. So Claremore could just, and they probably will, just let the clock run out here. May try to run one more, but they won't need to. And here they come. They're going to call the end of the third quarter here, Claremore Zebras.
All right, 3-0 Claremore leads after the end of 3. Back for the final quarter of tonight's game right here on ZTV. Starting the final quarter of tonight's game, Claremore leading 3-0. They have 2nd and 2 now on the play fake. Noah Grimmett throwing over the middle, has Dylan Kedzior, caught at the 20. Got to break one tackle, and he does. Touchdown, Claremore. Dylan Kedzior, a 53-yard strike from Noah Grimmett.
And that's how you come out in the fourth quarter right there. What a strike. Perfect timing of play action there. Time to throw. Kedzior just running the post route, laid up there perfectly for the catch, and then had to break one little tackle, and hopefully there's not a flag. There's kind of a little slow walking around here, wanting to see what's going on, but nope, I think I don't like to see the refs in there talking this over, but hey, nope, that's good. Okay. Touchdown Zebras, big play to start the quarter for the Zebras.
Carson Highfill made a 33-yard field goal earlier tonight, now in for the point after. Connor Aaron holding Jack Meisinger, the long snapper. This to put the Zebras lead at 10. And that's exactly what happens. 10-0, Claremore leads. 11:50 left in the game. Quick break. We're back for more after this on ZTV. 10-0, Claremore leads at home against the Tahlequah Tigers. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. Bryant Ferguson and Tad Jones back here with you. Good to have you with us on ZTV as Taylor Davis kicks this one away. Straight down the middle, brought in at the 20-yard line. Now angling left is Brian Resch on the run. And the ball pops loose. Zebras go down for it. Don't see anybody signaling anything, so it looks like it was recovered by Ryan Teehee. 1st and 10, Tigers with Knight's field position outside the 40.
Yeah, they brought everybody up. Claremore's been kicking kind of some short kickoffs, and instead of man catch it, they brought all their deep men up so one of them could run the ball, and good field position for Tahlequah on this drive. They got to start one time in Claremore territory at the 48, but Claremore's defense forced a fumble on that one. So this is the best starting field position for Tahlequah on the night, other than that one in Claremore territory.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. Caden Aldridge in the gun.
There's movement.
Yep, there's flags and whistles. So checking 5A4, Pryor all over Hale 41-6. That's a third quarter score. Collinsville 28, Memorial 3. And that Bishop Kelly Skytook game, Skytook leading 42-16. Nothing like shaking things up.
To make it that much more exciting heading into Skytook.
And it is not over. I mean, there was, now, my memory's failing me right now. I'll think of it before we're out of here, but an unbelievable comeback earlier this year from the west side of the state. So anything can happen. There's flags starting off this handoff, fake handoff. Aldridge keeping it up to midfield and more. Ben Jones makes the shoestring tackle at the 40 and had help there from Quentin Skinner. And we've got an injured Tahlequah Tiger back at the 46 as Brian Resch. So illegal formation. And that'll back the Tigers up. So let's bump up to 6A Division I, and the top-ranked team in all classes in the state, Union. They are trailing Norman 28-7. And, of course, Drake and Isaac Stoops playing for Norman North this year, so
wow,
Stoops hoping for a big-time weekend this
bet.
weekend.
Hopefully have some good luck in Texas, too, for the, I don't know what they call it now. It used to be Red River Shootout.
Yeah, I think it's a rivalry now, but we're not supposed to say, well, we can't say the different copyrights, so I'm probably going to get sued now. That's just what I heard someone call it.
Yeah.
So 1st and 22, Aldrich rolling. Brings it back in, fires down the near sideline looking for Morgado, and it's overthrown and incomplete coverage from Salazar. And he was right there with him, stride for stride. It's 2nd down.
Bywar's a little bit slow getting up on that one. But a good throw down the field, but just a little bit overthrown.
Close one at Moore. Mustang and Moore facing off tonight. Moore leads that one 22-21. And then Broken Arrow and Santa Fe. That's a halftime score we've got here, 28-14. Broken Arrow with the lead. And Owasso's up big over Southmore. That's a 48-2 score. 2nd and 20. Aldridge fakes the handoff and turns it upfield himself to the 34. So no gain on the play. It's 3rd and 20.
Yeah, big play here. 3rd down and long. Claremore, they can make this stop here, get the ball in the punt. They've been running the ball and eating up a lot of clock on some drives. Just want to get the W here. Claremore gets the win here, and they would really be in the driver's seat for a playoff spot.
Caden Aldridge, the snap.
Getting up, and Aldridge running, but boy, he was hit hard that time and slammed down. Great tackle there by the Zebras, and they should have good field position after this punt.
Here is Ryan Hembry punting this one away, measuring from the 28-yard line. Nice snap to him. The punt is away. Ben Jones waiting this one, signals for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 36. 1st and 10 Zebras from there with a 10-0 lead. 9:38 left in tonight's game. Next week is a Thursday night game. It's fall break for Claremore schools. So Thursday night game at Skytook at Exchange Bank Stadium, just down Highway 20. Hope to see you there. If you can't, we'll have it here on ZTV.
That's first 3 and out tonight for Tahlequah. Couldn't happen at a better time, too. Claremore with the momentum and coming out in a little bit of a heavier set here with just one receiver. So I think they're going to be looking at trying to run the ball, get some first downs, eat some clock.
1st and 10, Hightower with the handoff straight ahead across the 40 and pushing the pile forward to the 44-yard line for an 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2, and an update from Wagner. Ulaga leading 18-15, so they've flipped the switch and started scoring in that one. And we saw, 11-0? I mean, they had 3 field goals and a safety earlier.
Man, those are amazing ball games.
So as we said during a break, field goals and safeties isn't going to get it done against Wagner. And they've come back with a couple of touchdowns themselves. 2nd and 2 now for the Zebras. It's Josh Teague at fullback, and Jace Hightower getting to start tonight in at tailback.
When Claremore already starting to slow things down, you can do it too when you can get those. You can get 7-8 yards on first down. That really don't have to be in a big rush to get to the line of scrimmage.
Here is Hightower with the first down. And the 3-yard run up to the 47.
Yeah, this they can get this game wrapped up here tonight. A few more first downs, continue to eat that clock, not be in a big hurry. That'll put up for a big showdown next week against Skytook. That should be a fun one. Again, Skytook with that win, as big as that is, probably push them in the top 3 of Class 5A. Of course, this is a top 10 game too. Claremore and Tahlequah both in the top 10.
10 Zebras. Grimmett under a rush. Looking for anything and gets it up to the 43, so he loses yardage. Loss of 4 on the play, 2nd and 14.
I'm not sure what happened on that one. He turned one way, nobody there. Kedzor was the only receiver, and he was just running down the left side of the field. So I think a little mix-up there on that play, and that backed him up a few yards. Kedzor continuing to be the lone receiver out in this set.
2nd and 14. Handoff. Hightower across the 45 to the 46. That'll bring up a 3rd and 11 for the Zebras. 7.5 to go and a 10-point lead for Claremore.
Clock here on the play clock to get down, and both teams. Well, Claremore's used one timeout early in the 3rd quarter, but Tahlequah still with all 3 of theirs.
3rd and 23 from the 34. Grimmett's going to take off up the middle, has some blockers. Grimmett on the run across midfield and up to the Tiger 48-yard line. And it'll bring up 4th and 5.
Grimmett gets up 4 Tigers there laying on the ground right around him. All kind of slow to get up. Grimmett is hard to take down. But a big run there. That was great. Getting almost 20 yards. So 4th down and 5 here if they can back Tahlequah maybe back up and inside the 20-yard line. Not a bad drive. Got a first down and ate up a lot of clock.
All right. 4th and 5. Snap to Lozoya. Low liner off the side of his, inside of his foot, and it's out of bounds at the 23. So, 1st and 10 Tigers. With 5:41 to go, Claremore leading Tahlequah 10-0.
Slight breeze coming out of the south, so shouldn't have any impact here, but it's what you want to. I mean, Tahlequah is known for running the ball. That's kind of their bread and butter. And getting behind, they're going to have to go to the air. Had a little bit of success here tonight. Aldridge definitely has a strong arm, but they're missing their top wide receiver and running back, and they look a little winded coming out on the field here, but defense needs to make another stop here, wrap this game up.
1st and 10. Aldridge fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and he won't get far. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 10. So this really the only game that's somewhat close in the district tonight. 42-16, Skytook still leads Kelly. Collinsville up 28-3 in the 4th quarter. And in the prior game, it's 41-14 Pryor leading Hale. And let me find that Memorial score again. If you give me a moment, 2nd and 10 from the 23. Here's the reverse. And that's Simeon Armstrong. Tripped up and then stopped at the 25 for a gain of about 2. And it is 3rd and 8. So, yeah, I already gave that the Collinsville score over Memorial 28-3.
Well, with Tahlequah running the ball, too, that's eating up a lot of clock. And for them not getting too much, Claremore did a good job on that reverse. Tahlequah is trying to find a go-to person here other than Aldridge, who's got to be wore out.
Yeah.
Boy, he's run a lot tonight.
I don't want to be that guy on Saturday mornings. I don't know about you. 3rd and 8.
Hope he's got a hot tub.
Aldridge with all kinds of time. Stops and throws over the middle into double coverage, and it's tipped and falls incomplete. Salazar had a hand on it. And it's incomplete, so it'll be 4th and 8.
Yeah, that was one.
Flags down.
Another legal man downfield. Yeah, that one right at 2 Salazar there. That was making nervous when they pop there because we've seen sometimes that happens and goes right into the hands of the receiver. That time skipped further down the field. But good coverage by the secondary for the Zebras and forcing Tahlequah to punt. That's tough there for them because they're running out of clock and they're going to bring Ben Jones up this time, make sure there's no fake or anything. Just let that ball bounce, not take any chances trying to catch it.
All right, Ryan Hembry in punt formation. A little bit of a low snap. Hembry brings it up. Left-footed punt is away. And bounces laterally, but still picks up some good yards for the Tigers. It'll roll dead near the 26. 1st and 10 for Claremore from there with 3:52 left in the game. 10-0, Claremore leading Tahlequah. Just a reminder, a Thursday night game next week at 7 o'clock on the road at Skytook, and we'll be there. Hope you are too.
Yeah, first part of this season played out just about like last season. Then a little change where Claremore beat Bishop Kelly last year and turned around and lost to Tahlequah on a nail-biter, 31-28. I mean, that one went right down to the wire. And then this time, kind of just the opposite. Lost last week, and Claremore looking like we can pick the win up here.
Here's Jace Hightower on 1st down. He's forward to the 32-yard line, picks up 7. He's had a lot of 7- and 8-yard gains.
Yeah, and
tonight.
Again, especially on 1st down, that's what you want. I mean, great run right up the middle, squirting through there. And when you've got a 2nd down and 2 or 3, with Grimmett just about guaranteed 2 or 3 yards and a quarterback sneak himself, they can really take their time. Tahlequah does have 3 timeouts, so they may, I would think they'd want to start using those here pretty quick. Unless they're just so wore out, they may be ready to take it home. They don't seem too interested in timeouts, but I would think if you're going to, it'd be after this play.
2nd and 3. Grimmett to Hightower again. He's got the 1st down, and he's up to the 39, and there goes a helmet. And looks like Brendan Gruen was saying, I had some help with that.
Yeah, that didn't just come on, just getting it knocked off. That one got ripped off, but you got to come out for a quick play there. But now under 3 minutes to go.
So how about Jace Hightower in his first start tonight?
Oh, yeah, great job. Again, Claremore with some big wins early in the season gave him some extra playing time, and he has really done a great job here tonight.
Well, this is good for his development as well.
Yeah, and you want that depth. I mean, it's a lot of hard hitting out there, and give some guys some breathers.
Here he goes again, up close to the 45. So they'll say to the 44 for a 5-yard gain. Clock ticks with 2:27 left in the game.
And when you can roll, 3 different tailbacks in, keeping them fresh, that helps your offensive line, knowing those guys can be back there and be fresh hitting that hole, and that just helps tremendously. And like if tonight, when you have a couple injuries, you've got a go-to guy, so hopefully the guys will make it back for next week too for the big showdown with Sky Took.
2nd and 5. Hightower diving across the 45 to the 46, picking up 2. That'll bring up 3rd and 3. And now a timeout taken here by Tahlequah. 1:51 left in the game. 10-0 Claremore with the lead.
Yeah, I wondered if they were going to start taking some of those timeouts, and I think this is the big play right here. Claremore gets a first down, and Tahlequah may try to stop it a couple more times, but Claremore can really get that down under a minute to go.
So Collinsville looks like they're on the way to wrapping this one up over Memorial. 35-3, they have the lead. Prior, Hale is starting to close the gap a little bit. With 1 minute left in the third quarter, the score we have is 40-21. So not out of the realms of possibility just yet. And then that Bishop Telly Sky Took game, 42-16, Sky Took with the lead there. And Carl Albert, no trouble over Northwest Classen. That's the top team in 5A. That game played last night. 65-0 was the final. And again, in 6A1, we had another 70-point performance. What was it, North last week, wasn't it? And perhaps 2 weeks ago, and we have Westmore 70-24. They defeated Norman High. So 3rd and 3 here for the Zebras from their own 46-yard line. And again, Jace Hightower lined up at tailback. He gets the handoff. Straight ahead is Hightower. He's got the first down and more into Tiger territory at the 46.
And that should do it. Again, Tahlequah does have a couple timeouts, so they can stop it if they so choose. But with 2 scores they've got to get, that's pretty difficult, because even if they got the ball back and happen to get in, all Claremore's got to do is take a knee, and it's a ball game. So we'll see if Tahlequah just go ahead and lets Claremore run the clock out.
Claremore 1st and 10. Hightower straight ahead, diving forward for the 40. And picks up 5. Clock ticking with 1:16 to play.
And I think that's what they're going to do. Looks like Tahlequah is just going to let this one run out. So great job by the Claremore Zebra defense, especially since Tahlequah drove down a couple of times deep into Claremore territory and had 2 field goal opportunities, and another time maybe a chance to put even more on the board, and Claremore got a big turnover.
2nd and 5.
My favorite formation.
For your team.
Yeah,
as
it's your team.
Grimmett takes the knee in the victory formation. One more will probably do it if they do get the ball spotted. How about this? I'm about to break your heart. Wagner has taken the lead 21-18 over Oologah. It'll be fun to see how that one plays out. But for one final time, Noah Grimmett takes the knee tonight. Claremore's going to get out of here with a 10-0 lead over Tahlequah. Don't forget the live stream for volleyball in the state tournament Monday at 11:45 here on ZTV. So game recap from tonight.
All right, game started off with Tahlequah getting the ball on the kickoff from their own 35-yard line, drove down deep into Claremore territory with a chance to take the lead with a field goal, but the field goal snap was dropped, and Claremore was able to stop them, and Tahlequah came away with nothing. On the next series, Claremore had the ball, but had the ball stripped and recovered by Tahlequah at their own 38-yard line. Tahlequah drove into Claremore territory again, but on a 4th down and 1, Claremore stopped him at the 29-yard line of Claremore, and that's where they took over. Claremore drove down the field, and they went for it on 4th down at the beginning of the second quarter, and they were stopped as well. On the next series, Parker Price got an interception and gave Claremore great field position at the 33-yard line of Tahlequah, but went 3 and out and had to punt. Next series, Tahlequah got the first points of the game on an 88-yard touchdown, but it was called back for legal man downfield, and they end up having to settle punting on that drive. Claremore on their own 11 went 3 and out and punted, and then to end the half was a fumble by Tahlequah that Claremore recovered. So 0-0 at the half. But then, starting out the second half, Claremore started on their own 29-yard line, drove down the field, a 33-yard field goal by Highfield, put the Zebras up 3-0. Tahlequah then got the ball. They drove down the field, had a chance to tie the game with a field goal, but another drop snap, and they came away with no points. Claremore then got the ball, and at the beginning of the fourth quarter, I think it was the first play of the fourth quarter, a 54-yard touchdown from Grimmett to Dylan Kedzior. Zebras up 10-0. Pretty much just 3 and out the rest of the ball game, and that was pretty much it. So it ended 10-0. Claremore Zebras take the big victory over the Tahlequah Tigers.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Join us next week, 7 o'clock on Thursday over fall break as Claremore travels to Skytook, who are